Hey guys, and welcome back to my final EU4 campaign before EU5 is released. We are continuing our Ottomans 100 years no exploits world conquest run. You see that after first 44 years, so we've got 56 years to go, we've conquered all of these lands. The setup is pretty much done. We have a massive income, massive amount of members, so we're getting 4,000 a month. And a lot of subjects. You see they have 3,000 development, I have another 760. Today we are going all in because we've stacked what's called province world conquest. You see, for example, Mewar, I can eat them in one war because we stack 55% of it. We had another 10%, but it's already gone from the conquest of the Mamluks. And we have another temporary modifier for going after Vienna that is active for the next 21 years. First step was attacking Muscovy just at the end of the session so they don't join the coalition. For the same reason, I'm going to attack Ethiopia soon. Let's actually do that right away. Should vassalize these guys first, but let's go ahead and do these guys and we can get them as co-belligerents. Because Ethiopian war score cost is 87%. Let me also take more of innovativeness. For this, just costing 359 with all of our admin tech cost modifiers. And that's how life is gonna look like for a while until we outscale the coalition. Just attacking everyone that could be part of it. So that's why my truce with Mamluks ended, so I'm immediately attacking them. I'm also annexing Sistan, just to have a direct connection to any lands I will be conquering here, because keep in mind, you can connect lands bordering your subjects, yes, if they are on the same continent as your capital. But my capital is in Europe, so for Asia I need to get a direct connection. Truce with Poland and that, so we have to immediately attack them, which is useful. We're gonna get both Lithuania Order and Riga out of our coalition. In the meantime, we've hit 300 of income. Truce with France also ended, and I have to attack them. I actually don't have that many troops. I just still don't have good casus belli. It's alright. But I think that's gonna be it. Yeah, as for my truces. So once I'm done with all of these wars, I'll be able to prepare for my next giga push, which is gonna be probably here. Maybe in Europe, depending how the alliances work there. That big push is updating our borders to something like this. 671 overextension. Now we have to figure this out. The administration of the Horn is definitely gonna be of use, as I can create a core eyalet here. Continue coalition of Transoxiana. Let's actually first see here. Deserts of Arabia gives me CB on Yemen, which is already conquered. Dominate the Black Sea gives me trade power there and some money. Seize the Caliphate. I think that's gonna be pretty useful. Do we have the title of Khalifa? I think we do. Which is the branching missions. And since we play legalism already, let's just go for the legalism. Control the Red Sea is CB on Adal. That I'm already having. Here, let's of Yemen change their color. You can also click this. That's gonna help a lot to reduce our extension, so I can more easily create the subjects and make them ALETs. This is super useful, and that's it for now. I'm gonna read the rest of the missions later. For now, we have to work on this. Even before I made them all core ALETs, it's still on the way. You can do it when at war. That's why I already declared on Transoxiana to start expanding into that direction. And soon I'm gonna also attack Tafilalt to not only get Tafilalt, but also use the fact that they allied Iberians, so I can get them out of the coalition. C-Tech 9, I can take it, 11 years ahead of time? 10 years ahead of time for 850. And I'm definitely looking for the Tech 10, which costs a bit too much now. Well, we should take it in like 12 years. I'm looking forward to it. To unlock exploration ideas. Also, I think we are halfway through the campaign, time-wise. So we've got 4,000 developing in our subjects and another 800 in our own hands. From Spain, I'm separate piecing them for only these 3 provinces because I need them to unify Islam to retake the golden era in a few years. I think I might finally did it, outscale the coalition. 2 nations left it already. Just wait for the others to do the same. Because when I piece out these guys, the potential coalition is gonna decrease. So I want these guys to first leave it. I decided to build a bit more of armies. Even without any purpose for now. And I'm overforcing it a lot. And I lost the sweet spot. Everyone's leaving the coalition now. We have to really well prepare now for the next push here in Europe. Just to make sure that the coalition is not gonna be recreated like ever. So now let's everyone leave the coalition first. And once that happens, prepare to piece out all of my current wars. That's how it looks like now. We are really having a highway right now for the world conquest with no coalitions blocking us. But you have to keep in mind that I still cannot really go beyond 600 overextension, otherwise it's hard to make the subjects and ALEs. But I can also just fit my existing subjects. Another thing to have in mind is that in Asia I need to have like border access to provinces, right, to take them. But it all should be easy. My subjects have 4.3 thousand of development combined. Also, at the time now we should get the reformation. I actually checked the save to look at the reform sites, like 93%. So we're about to get there. And of course that's gonna be important to replace the 10% war score cost that I have from Conquest of Vienna, for Siege of Vienna, with, was it 20 or 25? I think it's 25 that is in the Age of Reformation, just for that last 2 decades of the game. Just a minor Ottoman conflict. Well, you see, that's not as much as I would like to expand it once. And so what's important, I can take my next guarantee form, that gives me additional diplomat, very important for the peace deals, as well as a mission for Codify the Thick, which gives tier 4 guarantee form. I actually just took tier 4 guarantee form. Let's actually see. So I could take 100 admin mana and that reform, which gives bonuses to our ALEs. They get actually that super strong manpower into faith, because that's gonna be more manpower for us from them. Or just don't take it. That's actually a tough choice. More manpower or additional diplomat. I can switch it later, so how about for now we just take... I actually misplayed by taking that from, but how about we just take this for now. I need to get Transoxiana into war in order to get Samarkand, which I need to unify Islam. And actually they didn't want to join, so I repaid their debt so they can join it. Too bad Uzbek is gonna join that. That's a waste of time and resources for us, but it's fine. Here goes the Unify Islam decision. Staff cost is gonna be very important for all the no-CB wars we can get. Eventually truce breaks. This is great, that doesn't change our tier 1 guarantee form. And now, can we get that mission? Oh, we have to develop 1, 2, 3, 4 provinces. That might be a tough one to do. 25 dev. Oh, I think I'm not gonna do that, guys. Yes, of course No, I have better things to spend my mana on. Now, with this peace deals, our subjects development is at 6,000. I've got 1.1 thousand, so together we have 7,000. Not bad, and we keep doing good work. This is gonna be very important. The Ma'an province. Let me actually seize land from them already, start coring it. Because it has a monument for Envoy travel time, but also deeper rep, to make sure that I get the new ALEs, the new subjects and ALEs already. With some conquest here in India, I've got the trade in India mission. which is not bad, but I don't really care at this point. Let me piece out the rest of the guys. Now, with this done, our subjects are up to 6,000 developments and 2,000 in my hands. I'm gonna give away a lot of this own lands now to the subjects. The issue is unjustified demands. So I think in some of the incoming wars, I will have to focus on expanding without paying too much for the unjustified demands. So I'll have to limit separate pieces now. Two important events just happened to us. First of all, the Protestant Reformation started. 1506, it's not too early, not too late. I think just a sweet spot. We still have less than 2 decades of using the Promised World Conquest from the next age. So that's not bad. And on top of that, I also got an event for Suleiman the Magnificent, which is a great replacement for our current ruler, but I'm definitely not gonna kill him.
Kill him. Kill him now. Do it, do it, do it.
Abdicate, because we don't need to lose prestige, legitimacy, and we need as many diplo points as possible. I'm switching the focus in a few years. Let's just continue the strong gameplay without spending any diplo points. So I'm gonna start declaring cleansing the heresy war on Bahmanis to get as many trains as possible here, and ideally just fight a little bit to get the ticking war score, but not too much to not let VJ win over them. But yeah, actually the armies are close. I have to carpet the Bahmanis probably with the goal of getting border with Bengal. At the same time, we'll be declaring strong wars in Castile for the same purpose. I'm actually gonna also become Defender of Faith. I should have done that earlier, because it's more of armies, it's a missionary, which I don't need, but yearly prestige is helpful. Manpower and the True Faith Princess is very helpful. Of course, that's not gonna change that much, because most of manpower comes from the subjects, not from my own manpower. With Discord, let me make sure to take a bunch of loans. You see my economy is great, even though I have some loans. And let's start improving this already, even with manpower. First level, it's already 20% for travel time, so for now I don't need to invest more than that. But since I took some debt already, let me start improving that to level 2. And speed this up. Also, as mentioned, I'm saving meal points, so I am only spending meal points on assaults, meaning that I'm not breaching walls. I'm letting the game breach the walls. Whenever I have luck to breach the walls, I'm clicking to rush the fort. Oh yeah, that rule didn't live for too long. The Suleiman is already on the throne. And he's not bad of an use, he's exactly 15. That's what I like. Peace deals with no diplo points cost and a lot of overextension. I think actually my Province Wars Caucus is ending. Or even ended already. Advancing to Europe. I think that's the one for Vienna. It is ending this year, so that's actually a perfect moment to peace deal right now, just before losing that bonus, and obviously we're waiting for one from Age of Reformation. I'm also cutting off England from taking any provinces from France with this bit of border war. Well, you see that this 3 wars, just 3 wars, is 600 for extension that we just took. To speed up our expansion, I'm gonna start chartering companies here in Southeast Asia, so I can start getting Casus Belli and the guys around here. Now, as you see, Ming seems to be a big problem, right? They have the cost of the province is 500%, so you need 6 wars to fully annex them. But their issue is they're pretty weak. They have 40k troops behind the technology, no manpower, and low mandate. I'm gonna use that to break them. I've never seen it before, but Ottomans have a button for justify invasion. I think I saw it many years ago when I did a video, the campaign on the release. I completely forgot about that, but that might be a solution for problems of bigger nations that are Sunni, and potentially I'll justify demands on them. Let me try justifying it on Brunei, as well as Jampur. Or maybe I just can have one CB at a time. But this should be pretty good. Establish Aelet. But the question is, what if they are too big to be an established Aelet, right? So the war score cost is 69. Okay, in this case, nice. It is not a problem. It might be a problem for Jaunpur. There goes Age of Reformation, and with 10 splendor a month that I'm getting, this Conquest of Prussia is crucial. I will be able to unlock the 25% war scores versus other religions in 6.5 years. In the meantime, you see I already discovered the new world. I'm curious, do I have colonial range? I'm just about to get colonial range to actually start conquering stuff here. Another smart thing that I introduced to not waste diplo points for unjustified demands, or when I'm not having direct connection to the land outside of Europe to even take it in a war, is to grant autonomy to a core eyalet just ahead of the war, just making sure that this specific eyalet has claims or cores on a nation I want to declare on. Like for example here Zlewikk. Then when I declare the war, you see I can just simply call them in and give the lands in the peace deal. We are entering the most important part of this campaign. The most important. You see, in 14 months I'm gonna unlock the Promise War score cost, which means I can already start declaring wars that will be leveraging that bonus. So, I'm about to declare on Castile / Aragon / Portugal. Especially Portugal is important here, so I can take over their colonies. That declare has to happen after my truce with France ends, because these motherfuckers are defenders of faith, which means they'll be called into that war. So I have to declare on France, then on Iberians, then also my first war here in Africa, even before that, and my first war in Mexico, because I arrived here just before that. I want to ally one of these guys and get maps. Same over here with Benin, I want to get maps from them for easier management of the war. There it is. Let's take it. And now, let's see. Jaunpur war score cost is down to 113%. Ming should be still big, but just 224. Korea is down to 75. Japan is down to 88. Makkah is gonna be big, because they are Sunni. And they have Sunni provinces. Bengal is down to 81. Even Castile is down to 85, but they still have Aragon with another 36, so I cannot even one war. England down to 130. Commonwealth just 124. You see where we at with the whole situation. Actually, now it's more important for me to handle all these small OPMs across the world and all the islands in the world than all of these big nations, because these are pretty easy. The rest is out of my management to get them done. Let's see how I do that. Chaps, I'm slowly thinking we might not be able to do it by 1544. We've got 15 years left, with 15,000 development in our hands. The whole world has around 21,000, since they have 6,000 to be conquered. Most of the nations are just under one war of Promise War score, as I showed you, and the 8th great power is having only 85 development. But of course there are some of these guys here that are tributaries, like Korea, that are not showing the great powers list. Then we've got millions of natives. I started going here already, but I think I'm a bit slow. Let's see what we can do. If you are right now in this moment of the video, pause it and let me know in comments what you are thinking I'm gonna end up my world conquest with. And then we can verify it in a few minutes for you. Few days for me when it ends. I might be going crazy, but I'm doing 15 wars at the same time and I keep starting new ones with every month. Not sure if I should stop here. This natives, this is what I'm proud of. Not sure if I should stop here and already start aiming for the peace outs or declare more, because some of the wars, like one of England, they kick my ass in here, they are far away from being pissed out. I just spent 2 hours on my latest war, which got me into 2,200 of overextension. I'm gonna obviously get it to 0 easily with eyelets. We right now have around over 19,000 development in our and subjects' hands, which means there's less than 2,000 of development in the hands of everyone else. See a bunch of natives in the NA, a bunch of natives in the South America, 2 guys in the Western Africa, a bit of Central Africa, a few here. The biggest ones will be Korea and Japan. Zlewikk is dying to other Chinese now, so it should be easy, plus some natives in the Pacific. 10 years to go. I'm still not 100% sure we can do that, but I think we can do that. That latest push took us 5 years. Though there will be need for some truce breaks, but you see I'm actually on a cap of my admin mana. So I am prepared to do so. Whew. Let's release everything now as the subjects. 2 hours for the war, half an hour for the peace deals. I think another half an hour will be spent now on doing this subject stuff. Knowing I will need at least 3 truce breaks at the end of this campaign, probably more, and plenty of non-civil wars, I need to stack my stab cost modifier. So I've got minus 90%, so stabbing up just costs me 10 points. You see I have the points saved for that. First step is getting Samarkand to level 3. You see it is going 25% stab cost. So my stability cost modifier, if you don't count overextension, and the stability is like, what? 20, 40, 50, 75%. I can get it to 85 with an advisor. I think that's good enough. I could also steal Harer from my subject. That's gonna require making them more loyal to get this. With 6 years to go, that's the final push that we have to do. Just a bit of conquest here, here and here. The 4 Europeans that are still alive, and each of them except Livonia is gonna be a truce break. A few natives in the north, maybe 10 of them. Another 10 in the South America. Then 2 here, 4 here, another 3 here. The biggest ones to deal with is gonna be Japan. And they're over 100% war score, so I'll have to truce break them. And then also Ming, Liang, and Shun here. These guys are my subjects already. And here Shibe, Jiangsu, and of course these 2 guys. That's it. That's it. I conquer these guys in the next 6 years. I am done. Should be doable, right? I actually also gonna switch my focus from Diplo. It's gonna be better because I have to make these guys elites. To Mill. Because I know already I have enough Diplo points for any, how it's called, for any unjustified demands. But I'm not sure I'll have enough mill points to rush the forts in case I'll be short on time. So let me switch that focus to mill.
5 hours later.
We did it, guys! The world conquest is completed. You see there are few countries that are not in my color because I didn't make them daimyos yet. I'm not gonna do that, they're just normal subjects. 1,800 overextension, minus 3 stability, 20 war exhaustion, but not a single other great power on the list. August 1544, which means I did it just like what? 3 months. 3 months and 11 days before the scheduled time. Imagine like 50 hours spent on this. Not 50, I'm looking at my hours spent. Around 40 hours spent on this campaign. And it was just 2 months earlier. See how close it was, how many things and micromanagement was done, and it was just about 2 months at the very end. You see there's plenty of rebels around the world. Pretty much everything of my own province has rebelled, but I literally don't care. I'm ending this save game right here, right now. My personal best world conquest without exploits, 1544. Very proud of it. If you're proud of me, guys, remember to leave a like on this video and make sure to subscribe because soon I will be pumping EU5 content on this channel. I'm so excited about this game, and after closing this tab, I'm gonna go straight play my Venice campaign in EU5. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna see you very soon. Bye.